Dana had always hated spiders. The mere sight of one sent shivers down her spine. So, when she inherited her grandmother's old farmhouse, she almost turned it down. The house, isolated and shadowed by towering trees, was known for its spider infestations. Determined to conquer her fear, Dana decided to spend the first night there. The house creaked with age, and every shadow seemed to move as she unpacked her things. She found comfort in the thought that her grandmother had lived here alone for years without any harm. As night fell, Dana settled into bed, the silence of the countryside enveloping her. Just as she was about to drift off, she heard a faint, scratching noise. She sat up, heart pounding, and listened. The noise grew louder, a slow, deliberate scraping coming from the walls. Dana grabbed a flashlight and cautiously approached the source of the sound. She shone the light on the wall, and her heart nearly stopped. Hundreds of tiny spiders were pouring out of a crack, moving in a coordinated wave across the floor. She stumbled back, horrified, but the spiders kept coming, forming a dark, writhing carpet. Dana fled to the kitchen, slamming the door behind her. She could still hear the relentless scratching, now joined by a faint, almost rhythmic tapping. Desperate to escape, Dana headed for the front door. As she passed through the living room, she noticed an old photograph on the mantel. It was a picture of her grandmother, smiling and wearing a peculiar necklace with a spider-shaped pendant. Dana froze. She had never seen her grandmother wear such a necklace. She felt a chill as she realized the spiders were no longer trying to get in, they were guiding her. The scratching noise grew louder, almost deafening, as she approached the basement door. Against her better judgment, she opened it. The tapping intensified, like a heartbeat echoing from the depths below. With trembling hands, Dana descended the stairs. The basement was dark and damp, and the air was thick with the scent of earth and decay. Her flashlight beam caught movement in the corner, and she turned to see a massive, pulsating web. In the center of the web was an enormous spider, its eyes glinting in the flashlight's beam. But what truly terrified Dana was the necklace tangled in its silk, the same spider-shaped pendant her grandmother had worn in the photograph. The spider moved, and Dana felt a strange compulsion to approach it. Her mind screamed to run, but her body obeyed a different command. As she drew closer, the spider's eyes seemed to bore into her soul, revealing images of her grandmother weaving the web, her hands moving with inhuman speed. Dana realized with dawning horror that her grandmother had not been alone in the house. She had been part of it, bound to the spiders in some dark, symbiotic relationship. The pendant was not a trinket, but a symbol of her bond with the creatures. The spider reared up, and Dana felt the web tighten around her, pulling her closer. She tried to scream, but no sound escaped her lips. The last thing she saw was the spider's fangs descending, and the world faded to black. When Dana's family came looking for her weeks later, they found the farmhouse abandoned. In the basement, they discovered a large, intricate web, but there was no sign of Dana. Only the spider-shaped pendant remained, glinting ominously in the dim light.